AI in games. It's been talked about for quite some time, and it's here. It's in Where Winds Meet. We have AI chatbots in the game, and I feel like we all just sort of collectively accepted it. Like, nobody's really been talking about it much, and it's just kind of flown under the radar, and I think that's weird that we've all just kind of like brushed it off and moved on. So I figured I'd talk about it a little bit. Like, what's good about it? What's bad about it? Is it replacing humans? Because that's a big topic of conversation, and where I see this going in the future. Now, one of the reasons that I think people aren't really talking about this much is because these AI chatbots are pretty insignificant. There's not much reason to interact with them. The rewards that you get are very minor. It's really more of something for people that are looking for 100%. But they are there, and one of the big issues with them, in my opinion, is that they have no sense of reality within the online world. Like, they just will believe anything that you tell them. You can lie to these chatbots so much, and boy do I love to lie to them. It's a lot of fun. You can tell them just about anything. You can change their past. You can change the present. You can just come up with landmarks that don't exist. You can just conjure up items that just suddenly are real in the context of talking to them. You can do basically whatever you want. It gives you the power of God, and I have a lot of fun with it, but it just breaks lore like crazy if you want to. Which is why I think they're not using them in any major way. It's just this minor, like, little fun thing that you can do. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. This guy here, he's doing some training. I come in a little rude. I call him an insignificant side character. But then we get into the meat of it. He's looking for a wife, and I'm like, you know what? I could summon a wife for you. And he's like, nah, I want to earn it. And I'm like, you know what, buddy? You did earn it. This lady, she's been watching you for 3 years, and she totally wants to marry you. And then I give her a name. I call her Xiao, and he just gives her a last name. He just rolls with it. This lady exists now in this conversation. And then, you know what? She's approaching. I'm like, hey, she's here. Say hello to her. And there you go. That is your future wife. I just hooked this guy up. Easy peasy. Okay, so here's another example for you. This guy's got a bunch of cargo that he needs to move, and I offer up my magical pouch. My magical pouch can carry 2 wagons worth of stuff. Not something that can exist in this world, but you know what? I made it happen. I've just got powers like that. So I pull a merchant stall out of it to showcase that it's real, and it's got so much room in it that there's still 2 people in there playing chess. And this spooks him. He doesn't like it. It's, scary magic. So I throw his daughter in there, naturally, and she's fine. She's perfectly happy. He really doesn't like that, so I put him in there too because he seems a little bit nervous. So now he's in there, and I'm going to throw in all of his goods as well, and then we're off. We're going to head to our destination. We went past some bandits, and we're there. Just like that. Happened almost instantaneously. Here we are. He gets out. I don't charge him anything because I'm a nice guy, and he didn't take it very well, so he runs away. But anyways, mission accomplished. He's there, and we're happy and done. So I must admit, it's pretty cool having NPCs that can hold a conversation with you, but it's functionally worthless right now because, once again, they just don't understand reality. They don't understand the world that they're in. They don't even understand their own backstories, which is why you can just lie to them about their past, and they'll almost always just believe you. Like, oh yeah, we totally knew each other when we were kids, and we went on these adventures, and they'll just go with it. They're like, oh, that just happened, and that's true. They don't understand what's going on in the present in the world, which is why you can just make up landmarks and invent people and objects for them to look at. Like, it's just so easy to manipulate them right now, and I don't see them being able to use these sorts of NPCs for anything important in the near future. So I think that this technology is still quite a ways off from being used in any major ways, but it's it's at least an interesting new thing to experiment with. Now, whenever you're talking to these NPCs, there's always a goal that you're trying to achieve in order to finish the conversation, befriend that NPC, and get your rewards. And it really seems like they're trying to get you to say certain keywords. And once you do that, it's much easier to wrap up the conversation. So you're kind of just hunting for those keywords, in my opinion. And that really reminds me of like way, way, way back with EverQuest. EverQuest had NPCs that you would talk to, they would say things, and if you responded to them with keywords that they were looking for, then they would continue their conversations. And that was kind of how you did quests back then. You would just talk to NPCs and try to figure out what they wanted. And yeah, it just really reminds me of that. And honestly, I preferred the EverQuest method. Like, the NPCs didn't go off on these weird tangents. It was very controlled. You said what they wanted to hear, and then you got the information you were looking for. It was much cleaner, in my opinion. So one thing that's really promising to me, there's been a lot of concern over AI replacing people's jobs, and at least in this instance, I don't see that happening anytime soon. There's a clear need for human involvement here. Somebody set up the parameters for these conversations. Somebody set up the goal and probably put up some restrictions as well. And I just don't see that changing anytime soon. I don't think this is nearly advanced enough for that. And ironically, I actually want to see this expanded. I would love to see some quests where a designer has set up like 4 or 5 different possibilities for that quest to unfold, and based on the conversation you have with the NPC, you go down one of those paths, and then the NPC is dynamic and can talk to you within the confines of that quest. I think that marriage of AI and designer slash writer could be really interesting and really add a lot of variety to not only this game, but games in general. I think it could be an amazing tool. So to give my final thoughts on the AI implementation and Where Winds Meet, I'm just really thoroughly unimpressed with it. I don't think it adds anything to the game, and I feel like, if anything, it's a slight negative. I don't think it's taken anyone's jobs. I don't know. I just don't really know why it's here. But having seen sort of the foundation of it, I would like to see it expanded and made into something that actually does make the game better and simultaneously doesn't take anybody's job. So I'm hoping that's the direction it goes in this game and in games in general, because I think like it could be really interesting. But right now, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. So anyways, that's my thoughts. Curious what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.